Easy Cowboy.
1978 was no ordinary year in country music. The heartbreak was real, the stories were raw, but here's what most people never knew. Some of these songs almost never existed.
What a difference you made in my life. You're my sunshine day and night.
One was rejected by a legend before somebody else made it iconic. These weren't just ballads. They were confessions set to music. 10 songs, one unforgettable year. Let's count them down. Number 10, Margot Smith. Don't Break the Heart That Loves You.
The heart that loves you.
Picture a small living room. February 1978, a voice comes through the radio, warm, quiet, and completely honest. That voice is Margot Smith, and all she's asking for is one thing. Don't hurt the person who loves you most.
Handle it with care. Don't
This record hit #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart in February 1978, her very first #1. After years of grinding in Nashville, she finally got there.
break the heart that needs you.
The song is simple, a plea for loyalty, and every person who ever loved someone harder than they were loved back felt this one in their bones. Here's what makes it even more remarkable. Before Margot Smith was a country singer, she was a school teacher. She spent years in a classroom before she ever walked into a recording studio.
Darling, please be fair.
When she finally made it, she brought that quiet dignity with her into every song she sang. But Nashville was changing fast. The country pop era was coming, and Margot's honest, traditional sound got pushed aside before she ever got the run she deserved.
Why do you flirt and constantly?
This song still hits, even today, and if that one moved, you wait until you hear the next one. Number 9, Charley Rich and Janie Fricke, On My Knees. Two voices, one that sounds like warm bourbon poured slow, one that sounds like cool water over river stones. Together, they were something else entirely. Charley Rich was already a legend by 1978. Janie Fricke was rising fast, and when they came together on this duet, the result was a song about complete surrender. Not weakness surrender, the kind where you admit to someone that they have all of. This hit #1 on the Hot Country Singles chart in late 1978. Here's the thing about Charley Rich most people forget. He could play jazz, blues, rock, and country. He never fit neatly into one box, and that musical restlessness gave his voice a depth that most singers couldn't touch. When he sang about being on his knees, you believed every word. Sadly, this duet got buried fast. Dolly was on fire. Kenny Rogers was everywhere. In a year that crowded, a quiet, honest record like this one never got its full moment. But the beauty is still there. You just have to go looking for it. The next song on this list came from one of country music's most beloved partnerships.
Hello, I'm Johnny Kaye.
If you love real country music and the stories behind the legends, make sure you subscribe to Country Deep Dive. This channel is for people who truly appreciate the roots of country. Many of these country legends are slowly being forgotten, but their stories deserve to live on. By subscribing, you're helping keep their music and legacy alive for the next generation. And if these songs bring back memories for you, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It's completely free, and it helps us continue sharing the classic country stories that made this music so special. Every story you see here takes hours of digging, piecing together history and bringing forgotten moments back to life. If you'd like to support that work, you can become a channel member. It's just the cost of a cup of coffee, but it helps us keep these stories alive, and for that, we're grateful. Number 8, Kenny Rogers and Dottie West. Every time two fools collide.
You want things your way.
Two people who know they shouldn't be together. Can't walk away anyway. That's this song. And the way these two voices played off each other made it feel less like a performance and more like a real conversation happening right in front of you.
And I want them mine.
It hit #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart in April 1978. Rogers was already unstoppable that year, but this duet showed a softer, more conflicted side of him.
And now we don't know.
And Dottie West, a Nashville veteran who had been writing and performing for years, brought a lived-in truth that made the whole thing feel completely real.
Just where to draw the line.
The affection between these two performers was genuine. You can hear it in every note, and that's exactly what made it work. You can't manufacture that kind of chemistry in a studio. Either it's there or it isn't. With these two, it was always there.
How can love...
Next, a voice that could move between country and soul like nobody else on radio. #7, Ronnie Milsap. What a difference you've made in my life.
What a difference you've made in my life.
Not every great song is about pain. Some of the best ones are about gratitude. And in a genre that spent a lot of time on heartbreak, this record stood out because it chose a different direction entirely.
What a difference you made in my life. You're my son.
It hit #1 in early 1978, and it stands out because of what it's saying. Before you, I didn't know what I was missing. That's it. Simple, honest. And Milsap's voice carried it with a warmth that very few singers in any genre could match.
Sunshine day and night. Oh, what a difference you've made.
Born blind, raised in the North Carolina mountains, told he was too soulful for Nashville. He proved them all wrong. This song is part of why. And the people who heard it on the radio in 1978 didn't need to know his backstory to feel it, they just felt it.
In my life.
The next one is from a man who wrote hits for Elvis before he started having them himself. #6, Charley Pride. Someone loves you, honey.
I want to share your life.
A warm summer night, the radio on, and this voice comes through rich, deep, and completely certain. Charley Pride. Reminding someone they are loved, that's all, and somehow that's everything.
Every minute, every day and night.
This hit #1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart in 1978. Pride was one of the most gifted voices Nashville ever produced. A man who broke barriers nobody else had broken and then just kept singing like it was the most natural thing in the world.
And I just want you to know that
What made him different from everyone else on this list was patience. He never rushed a lyric, never oversold an emotion. On a record like this, that restraint is exactly what makes it hit so hard. His catalog runs so deep that even a #1 can get lost inside it.
whatever you do and wherever you go, remember.
Don't let that happen with this one. The next song gave a voice to every person sleeping alone in a bed that felt too big. #5, Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson. Mamas, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Mama, don't let your babies grow up to be cowboys.
Listen past the swagger. Underneath it, this song is heartbreak. Cowboys are lonely, always moving, can't be kept, and the people who love them pay for it every single day. That's not rebellion. That's just the truth about a certain kind of man.
Don't let 'em pick guitars and drive limousines. Make 'em
This spent 4 weeks at #1 in March 1978. That hadn't happened in years. Waylon and Willie were making a statement. This is what real country music sounds like. And millions of working men across America heard it and thought, that's me, that's my life. Nobody ever put it into words better than that.
be doctors and lawyers and sing. Mama, don't let your babies.
Written by Ed and Patsy Bruce, but Waylon and Willie made it their own forever. That's the power of two artists who understood exactly who they were. They didn't need to change the song, they just needed to mean it, and they did.
Grow up to be cowboy. They'll never stay.
The next song gave a voice to every person sleeping alone in a bed that felt too big. Number 4, Barbara Mandrell, Sleeping Single in a Double Bed.
Sleeping single in a double bed. Thinking home, think
5 words, and you already feel it. That empty space beside you. The silence where a person used to be. It's one of those song titles that tells the whole story before the music even starts.
I wish I'd say I should have held you on and let you go.
Barbara Mandrell put that feeling into a record, and it went straight to number 1 on the Hot Country Singles chart in late 1978. She didn't play the victim here. She was direct, proud even in the pain. That combination vulnerability and backbone at the same time is what made Barbara Mandrell
Now I'm the one sleeping all alone. Sleeping single in a double.
unlike anyone else working in country music at that moment. She became a massive TV star in the early 1980s, and the records got overlooked as a result. But this one deserves better than that.
I'm tossing, turning, trying to forget.
This one deserves to be remembered as the powerful, honest piece of storytelling that it is, because not many singers could deliver a line like that title and make you feel the weight of it the way she did.
Could be lying with you instead, sleeping single in a double bed.
Next, a song that became one of the most performed recordings in 100 years of American music. Number 3, Crystal Gayle. Don't It Make My Brown Eyes Blue?
Don't know when I've been so blue.
Some songs become part of the language. This is one of them. The kind of song that doesn't just sit on a chart, it sits inside people, in their memories, in the moments they carry around forever. Released in 1977, but carrying deep into 1978, winning Crystal a Grammy for Best Female Country Vocal Performance that year.
Don't know what's come over you.
It hit number 2 on the Pop Billboard Hot 100, and ASCAP later named it one of the 10 most performed songs of the entire 20th century. 1 of 10 in 100 years of American music. Let that land for a second.
You found someone new.
She recorded the vocal in one take. The piano came in and something magical happened in that studio, and she got it perfectly the very first time. Quiet heartbreak, the kind you hide in public, the kind where you smile on the outside and fall apart on the inside.
And don't it make my brown eyes blue.
Crystal's voice carried every bit of that with a grace that still stops people cold today. The next story is one of the most dramatic in country music history, because this song almost never existed at all. Number 2, Dolly Parton, Heartbreaker.
Here I sit, all alone.
Dolly was already a legend in 1978, but this record was her stepping into something bigger and bolder, a sound that wanted to break through walls instead of just open doors. And in the hands of a lesser artist, that ambition might have felt forced. With Dolly, it just felt inevitable.
Thinking about what
It spent 3 weeks at number 1 on the Billboard Hot Country Singles chart starting September 30th, 1978. 3 weeks in the most competitive year country music had seen in a long time.
should have known. You made me.
The song is about betrayal, about someone who charms you and leaves nothing behind but damage. And Dolly sang it with a controlled fury that hit different every single time you heard it.
Think that I could need you.
She was crossing over toward pop audiences at this point. Some fans felt she was leaving them behind, but this song proved the storytelling was still completely real. The Tennessee mountains were still in her voice.
You weaved your magic spell and I.
And when you've written Jolene and I Will Always Love You, Everything else fights for space, but Heartbreaker deserves its place at this table. Always has.
I believe you. Looking back.
Now, number 1. And the story behind it that almost nobody knows.
Hello, I'm Johnny K.
If you love real country music and the stories behind the legends, make sure you subscribe to Country Deep Dive. This channel is for people who truly appreciate the roots of country. Many of these country legends are slowly being forgotten, but their stories deserve to live on. By subscribing, you're helping keep their music and legacy alive for the next generation. And if these songs bring back memories for you, do me a favor and hit subscribe. It's completely free, and it helps us continue sharing the classic country stories that made this music so special. Every story you see here takes hours of digging, piecing together history, and bringing forgotten moments back to life. If you'd like to support that work, you can become a channel member. It's just the cost of a cup of coffee, but it helps us keep these stories alive, and for that, we're grateful. Number 1, Kenny Rogers, The Gambler.
On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere.
Here's what most people never knew. A young songwriter named Don Schlitz spent 2 years trying to get anyone to record this song. Bobby Bare recorded it, nothing happened. Schlitz recorded it himself, only reached number 65. Johnny Cash cut it, never became a single.
Met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we...
Then Kenny Rogers found it, but first he offered it to Willie Nelson. Willie passed, so Rogers kept it and took it straight to number 1. 3 weeks at the top of the country chart. Grammy for Best Male Country Vocal Performance in 1980.
Took turns staring out the window at the darkness to boredom over.
Preserved in the National Recording Registry by the Library of Congress forever. Because this isn't just a country song, it's a wisdom song. And that kind of truth never goes out of style. That's why it's number 1.